All right, so I shared this in the educational contents channel within my Discord, and this is directly from the book 100 to 1 in the Stock Markets by Thomas W. Phelps, okay? He said, right, the stock market is almost unique in that the way to attract buyers is to mark up the price of the merchandise you want to sell. Conversely, if a large operator wanted to accumulate a position in a stock with great long-term potential, the least effective thing he could do would be to bid up for it. So essentially, the worst thing these institutions, the big money, the hedge funds, the worst thing that they can do if they wanted to buy a stock with great long-term potential is essentially to load up and push the prices higher. On the contrary, if he could supply the stock on each embryonic advance so that after a year or two, speculators agreed that it was acting badly, they would sell to him all they had at successively lower prices. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is what we have been seeing right now in small and mid-cap stocks, in my opinion. We are seeing great companies with great long-term potential get battered in the markets because we're seeing these large operators short the heck out of these stocks. And all the while, retail investors and speculators are getting upset and pretty much selling out on the way down, whilst these large operators are slowly building their position in the stock. Now, in this video, we're going to look at some of the major institutional buyings that we have seen recently. Let's take a look at some of the recent 13F filings in the likes of Tattooed Chef, Palantir, Celsius Holding, and also Corsair, because there's been some interesting movements from large operators who are now slowly building up their positions in these companies. But in my opinion, it's not yet the time to get excited, and I'm going to explain why. So let's take a look at some of the stocks. Okay, so across the board, you can see we're seeing some major moves, but let's start out with our biggest earner for today, Tattooed Chef. Ticker symbol, if you didn't know by now, is TTCF, and we are up just over 10% on the day. However, there are some key resistance levels that we need to break. We've got a huge level of resistance coming right up at $18.79. Okay, so this big move here is fantastic, but I'm not impressed just yet. We need to beat that resistance level at $18.79 for that to be a very strong indicator towards the upside. Palantir as well is currently flirting with major resistance using the Fibonacci extension tool at $24.70, but a key resistance level in Palantir is $25.91. If we can break that and continue to the upside, then again, that's another very bullish move. But right now, we're currently flirting with $24.70, which is a major resistance level that we need to break and break confidently. Celsius Holdings is actually doing quite well. We're already trading above our key support level at $67.75. We need to make a bullish move, a very strong bullish move towards $73.43. That's the next key level of resistance that we need to break. And then it's pretty much almost clear sailing towards our all-time highs at $82.62. And I think we can do it. I think we can do it. HIMS is also green. I mean, this is how you know the market is crazy right now. If HIMS is green, as you can see, it's just been red day after red day after red day. But I mean, I've been loading. I've done my update video for HIMS and I've explained to you why I've been loading the bolts on the way down. And I've got my average down to the low 9. So decent day today. But again, HIMS, as you can see, there's multiple levels of resistance that we need to break through before we can confidently say that the sentiment has switched from pessimism to optimism. It's a similar story with Corsair. I'm not yet invested in Corsair. I am still watching this stock. I absolutely love the stock. Some news came out about another product. I think it's headphones that they released recently on the 20th of August. So I absolutely love this company in terms of their innovation, their growth, management effectiveness. Solid, brilliant company, but I'm still just being very greedy. So yeah, Corsair's up 1% today, but as you can see, there's numerous resistance levels that Corsair needs to break through before we can say the sentiment is turning to optimism, because right now the overall sentiment for Corsair Gaming is pessimistic. I mean, if you look across some of the major indicators, you know, the Chowkin money inflow, the short interest, the simple moving average, and also the relative strength index, it's all negative. However, this is great opportunity because the intelligent investor buys from pessimists and sells to optimists. Now, why are we seeing this bullish move today? And I honestly believe it's because we are at support level for the Russell 2000. So this is the Russell 2000 index, okay? And as you can see, from pretty much mid-Feb, this index has consolidated. It's massively underperformed the general market, S&P 500, and also the Dow. It's done nothing but consolidate for the past 6 to 7 months. But as you can see, in that consolidation, we have set a key support level. So you can say this multi-month support level was set back in early March, on the 5th of March, and it tested that support level again on the 26th of March. And then in May, around the 13th of May, it tested this support level again. And then around mid-July, again, we saw another test. Now, zooming in, you can see we've had 2 solid green days bouncing straight off this support level. And if I was a betting man or if I was trading this, then I would bet that we could potentially move and test resistance again here. All right, because again, this level has been tested on numerous occasions. We had the test here, we had that test again here, and we also had the test again here. So we've tested this resistance on 3 occasions now over the last 6 to 7 months. And if it was to be the case that we do test that resistance, that's around about a 6 to 7% move towards the upside. But bear in mind, this could also just be a bounce of support, and we could potentially retest support once again, especially with the sentiment. If it carries on being bearish in small to mid caps, that's also a possibility. Or another possibility is we could just range continuously sideways. But if I was to take a guess, I am more optimistic towards us retesting this resistance level. And the reason why I say that is because institutions have been taking full advantage of this consolidation and have been loading up on small to mid cap stocks. If you take a look at TTCF, for example, this is a roundup of all of the 13F filers as of Q2 2021. And look at the amount of funds that are now currently holding TTCF. So in the prior quarter, we had 74 funds holding TTCF, and that's seen a 31% increase to 97 funds. So pretty much institutional money is starting to enter the stock. And it's a similar story with the likes of PLTR. PLTR in the prior quarter had only 602 funds holding the stock, but as of the most recent quarter, so Q2, we've seen it jump 20.93% to 728 funds now holding PLTR stock. Again, similar story with Celsius holding. So in the prior quarter, we had 191 holding Celsius, but now we have 214 funds. Admittedly, nowhere near as strong as TTCF or PLTR, but the fact is, more and more funds are taking positions in these small and mid cap stocks. Corsair Gaming also saw a rise of 28.7%. In the prior quarter, there was only 108 funds, but as of the most recent filings, we now have 139 funds holding Corsair Gaming. And that is why we're starting to see these big moves. Now, the question is, are institutions done loading their position? And the answer is, if they are not done, then I can see them continuing with their manipulation of the Russell 2000 index, and we'll see this go lower. So they'll be able to pick up more shares for cheaper before we see that next bull run towards the upside. So needless to say, I'm very skeptical with these current big moves that we're seeing. It is good that we're starting to see institutions load up in these companies, but be very, very wary, be very careful. I wouldn't have my celebration cap on just yet, but it's very good to see, especially if you've also been buying the dips. You would be up quite significantly right now. So I just wanted to quickly jump on and just let you guys know what I am seeing in the markets. And yeah, let's see how this plays out. So thank you so much for watching. If you gain any value, please make sure you smash the like button. And if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to stay up to date with all of my latest videos. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.